Hello and welcome to the first episode of How It's Blended. Today I'm going to show you how DreamMotion made my intro template, or how he made my intro. So let's get right into it right away. Here it is right here. Here's my intro. This was created by DreamMotion, just as I said earlier. I did not make all the animation. I did not create this blend file. I only edited it. So and as a side note, DreamMotion makes free templates, which I will actually put. I'm going to put DreamMotion's channel in the description so you can check that out. He also leaves a watermark on his videos, which you can see by going to, I think, is it the metadata? Yes, it is the metadata. Right here, the stamp output, he leaves a note and he puts by DreamMotion. So when you render this out, you can see in the top left corner, by DreamMotion, which is actually what I have on all of my videos, on all the intros. If you notice, you'll see that in the top left corner. At least you should, because I left it on there just to let people know that he made this intro. So let's take a look at how he made this. First of all, there's the camera and the way that he set up that camera rig. He used the ball type joint or ball type rig as I created in the tutorial that I show you how to make an intro kind of like this, a pumping intro effect. I'll put that in the description as well, or on this video, so you can click that right now. Okay, so let's look at some more things. Let's check out how he made these interesting looking particle effects in the background. So what he did for this is he just created a material. We'll go to the material tab. He created a halo material. As you can see right here, this is in the Blender render, the Blender internal renderer, as opposed to the Cycles render engine. And you can see he used certain settings for that. And he also, right here, he created a terrain object and he duplicated it and scaled it up like that. So then he has two of the same object, but they're just different sizes, so that it randomizes, kind of randomizes the scale, randomizes where these little particles are. He also added lots of hemisphere or hemi lamps. I'm not sure if these are called hemisphere. I think they're just called hemi. Hemi? I don't know, but it just looks like hemi. And he added them different positions. He added some for the front, some down lighting, some underneath to give it a lot of lighting. As you can see, he focused on the lighting all on the front, mostly on the front. Let's look at the world setting, see what he did here. He used paper sky and blend sky, and he chose colors for that. There's another thing that he did, besides, there's also the materials for the text. He created some nice looking, interesting textures there, materials. He used wireframe material. Another interesting thing that he did in the compositing is all of this. Look at all that. It's a lot of work, a lot of compositing there. Look at all that. Wow. It looks intimidating, but if you look at each step, you can see it makes sense. It's all going together, flows together. And as you can see, these green spots, that means that he animated those different options or different input boxes. Excuse me. So, looks like if we start at the very beginning, he animated the directional blur, spin and zoom. He animated the brightness on brightness and contrast. He animated the transform, angle, and scale. He animated the hue saturation value. He also animated these two transform values. He animated the mix factor. And that's it. He animated a lot of those nodes as well. So that adds to the effect and it makes it look really cool. Let's also see. You can see right here, this little lens type thing is closing in. If you look at my animation, the original animation, you can see that it looks like that. There's a little film thing closing in. But yeah, that is pretty much it, I think. Besides this setup, I like this setup. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice setup. He added the video sequence editor right here so that he can have the audio right here in front of him. So if he needs to, he can animate the camera and everything in this blend file. He can animate it to the music. And he also put a dope sheet here so that he can animate each section wherever he needs to. He can animate each object, whatever he's trying to animate, he can animate right here. And he can move these around and edit these however he needs to fix and edit and tweak this animation. So I think that's pretty much it. I just have to look around for more things. He changed the resolution, I know that's for sure. But nothing much more besides this. I forgot to go into this. This object is an interesting one, which I think a lot of people have wanted to know how this is done. And it's pretty simple actually. You use a particle system and you select under the render little tab type thing, you select object and then the duplicate object. As you can see here, if you look at these, they're obviously cubes. A bunch of cubes bunched together. So the way we find that object, we can actually just go into the outliner, which is right here, and we can select cube. There's the cube. That's the only one named cube, just like that. So we can select the cube, press period on the numpad, and there it is. Boom. Pretty far away, but it's there. He probably, more than likely, put that there to hide it from the camera view. So there it is. And all he did, doesn't look like he used any modifiers besides, he just used the particle system, which already it automatically adds in a particle system modifier. So if we go back to the particle settings, look at that. He made the start 54, end 60, lifetime 300. We can look at all these settings. You can even download the same template from his YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. And you can check all the settings. The normal is 10. Let's see, he changed the rotation options. There's the size. A lot of different things here. I don't think he didn't animate any of these options. So all you have to do is, the gravity is another thing. All it is just basically the particles emitting at the right time. So he probably started it to the music. He made it start at 54, which is right there. So it probably starts like right where the music goes. At least when right there. Perfect. So he looked at the music, he listened to the music, he can even look, like I showed you over here, look in the compositing window. He looked at the audio file to see when it starts. He can see if it starts when the music starts pumping, or whenever he can use this. He can use just his ears to listen to see when it starts. And then he can just start the particle system from wherever he thinks he needs to. And you can do the same thing. So I think that is pretty much everything. If I haven't gone into everything, I hope I have. But if I haven't, just let me know in the comments and I will try to do something to fix it by maybe doing a new tutorial on just the thing that I missed on this tutorial or something. Could do that. But yeah, keep requesting tutorials. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I now have like 785 subscribers, which is so cool. I'm almost to 800. Just keep up the great work, people. Keep subscribing. Tell your friends if they really want to see my channel, if they really want to see my videos. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, I hope you don't dislike it. No. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if you really liked it. And keep on requesting tutorials. As I said, subscribe. And don't forget to comment if you want to say anything. I will read your comments. So, this has been How It's Blended.